Hello, hello, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day today, and I'm going to be doing this look. This Valentine's Day inspired blush draped pinky purple look that I have for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be testing out two of the products from the new Natasha Denona Love collection. I have the cheek palette and as well as the eye palette. So I have played with both of those today as well as some other products. So if you want to see how I got this Valentine's Day makeup look, then keep on watching. But before we do that, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, let me know that you liked it, and hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, now let's go. And get started playing with this little beauty right here. This is the Natasha Denona Love palette. Yes, oh my goodness. This palette is pretty. Like, this is really, really, oh sorry, it's a mess because I swatched everything. Isn't this pretty? Oh my goodness. This palette is gorgeous. I really am intrigued and I really am interested in this color story. I love Valentine's Day. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't love a holiday to celebrate love? And I love that. And I love pinks and purples. So this color story just really spoke to me the second I saw it. I do have to say, I think this does remind me of the Smoky Glow and Midas collection that, well, it's not really, I guess, released yet. Plus, they weren't even going to start shipping until February 14th on Valentine's Day anyway, so I was like, I wasn't gonna get that palette for Valentine's Day. And I personally want to wear like pink, purple, and red eyeshadow the entire week of Valentine's Day, because, you know, that's just what I do. So when I saw this, I was like, yes, I have to get it. I think this is gorgeous. So I do have the Love palette. This is the Love Story collection. There's the palette. There were a couple of glosses, I think maybe 3 or 4 glosses. I didn't end up picking those up. It's just because, like, I don't know, glosses just don't get me all that excited, to be honest. They don't really seem that exciting. But there is a little cheek palette. So this is the Love Glow cheek palette, and like, hello, let's look at this packaging. Oh my goodness. I bet so cute. Is this not so cute? I think it's adorable. So this is the same format as the other Natasha Denona like cheek palette. So it has a cream blush in here that is covered with this little like plastic thing, which is really cute. And then a couple of highlighters. Like, this is like kind of a pink highlighter. This is like more of a gold highlighter. And then this is like, this to me, the texture felt kind of like a kind of a glittery topper. Like, it's not particularly opaque, but it has pretty big chunks of glitter. But I like glitter, so I'm okay with that. Anyway, so I did pick up these two. I've never used any of these Natasha Denona cheek products before, and when I purchased this, I had never used any Natasha Denona shadows. The very last video that I filmed, and it will probably be the next video that I post after this one, I actually tested out my entire collection of Natasha Denona shadows. I have been collecting Natasha Denona for quite some time and then never getting around to actually using any of them. Like, you know, I'm just sitting over here being a hoarder of very expensive eyeshadows, so that was great. I finally started to use them. I'm still excited about this palette just because it's so pretty, but I cannot lie, my excitement is a little bit tempered after that last video. I was less than thrilled with my first experience using Natasha Denona eyeshadows. So I'm going to try to do something a little different using this. I'm going to use a different primer, see if that makes any difference, and let's just get playing and have some fun with some Valentine's makeup. So I'm going to start, of course, by priming my eyelids. I'm going to use my MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot, and I'm going to put this all over my lids. So I'm just going to start by doing one eye first and kind of figure out what I am doing. before going in with the other eye. So let's just get playing with this. I am very excited. So I'm taking a pointed blending brush. This is an R37 from Morphe. And I'm going to go in with the lightest pink shade in here called Valentine. Oh, should we take a look at these shadows? I mean, I do really love this color story. So this palette does retail for $65 and there are 15 shadows. Become infatuated with the captivating The Romantic Love Palette by Natasha Denona. 15 brand new shades of Natasha's signature eyeshadows formulas in pinks, mauves, purples, corals, silvery neutrals, rich burgundies, and a fiery red that melt together in perfect harmony. This seductive palette can be used for playful, bold creations or effortlessly wearable everyday looks. So I'm going to start with my brush. I'm going to go into the pink shade called Valentine. And I'm going to kind of just place this in my crease and kind of over the brow bone to get the shape going that I want for this look. Well, that's actually going on pretty well. I mean, it is pretty light. I think it's showing up a little bit more in person. I think the lights are kind of washing it out ever so slightly, but there's some pigmentation going on there, which is good, because I was worried. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried. I was really worried. So now that's done, again, I think I'm gonna turn the lights down just a little bit, because it feels like it's maybe washing out some of this pink color. Is that better? That's a little better. You can see it a little more. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the same brush, and I can't decide. I think I'm gonna go into Intense, which is a little bit more coral, and then maybe mix in a little bit of Soul, which is like a kind of a dusty rose. Like these two colors, I think in pictures that I saw online, these two mattes looked very similar to each other, but they actually in person look very different. Not doing too much. Okay, now I'm gonna go into Soul, the darker of the two shades, see if that can pack that on. Oh, there we go. See, that's working a little bit to just like kind of pack that color on rather than blend it, because I wasn't seeing too much with that Intense. Maybe the Intense and the Valentine shade are just both too light, so it's like pick one and use that one. I'm now gonna take this angled brush from Kylie. It's a little bit dirty, but whatever, it'll still work. And I'm gonna go back, I'm just take actually a little bit of Intense and a little bit of Valentine and kind of just use this to blend out the edges. I wanna make sure that the lighter shades are still visible. And then I'm gonna take another flat packing brush, go into this shade first, that light cream, pack that under the brow bone. Or on the brow bone underneath my eyebrow. That's what I meant. Okay, now I'm gonna take that angled brush, go Valentine and Intense, and just kind of very lightly blend these two shades. I like that fade, that's good. Just turn a little bit back into Soul. Just a little, and then patting this. I want to do like that kind of lifted eye look, so I'm just gonna pat this color in right in the outer crease, really, and trying to intensify it and make sure that it's visible. I actually might take a little bit of the red shade called Heart, just a little bit, right in here too, just to really intensify that look. These two shades are working well together. I still feel like the pigmentation is not quite what I want it to be. I don't know, Natasha. I'm still maybe not the biggest fan like I thought that I was before I actually used any of her shadows. It was all hype. I think I just like fell for the hype, and people were like, oh my gosh, Natasha Denona shadows, they're so nice. They swatch nicely. I mean, they feel really nice when you swatch them. I think the color stories are really pretty. I just was like, I don't know. Maybe there's a trick that I have not learned yet to do Natasha Denona shadows. Okay, that's cool. That's pretty good. I like that. So now I'm going to take the dark purple shade called Trust and use this just to deepen up that outer edge just a little bit more, because, you know, this is nice and like I could stop here and just put a little shimmer on the eye and be like, yeah, simple Valentine's, but you know me, I can't. I need to like smoke things out a little bit. I just can't help myself. Well, this is not super dark. I wonder if I can pack it on, but it is pretty. I think it blends well with that like red shade and kind of the coral shade. Like these colors all work really well together. And I am just trying to blend this out with very, very small circular motions, kind of packing the color on first and then starting to just blend using very, very small motions. I don't want to blend this out a lot. I want to keep the color really focused right where I'm placing it. And then I'm going to go back in with the soul and a little bit of the heart shade. And just go over the edges just to make sure we're seeing all of the layers that we got going on here. Really making sure to bring these colors into the inner part of the eye. We'll see how that just, it kind of dissipates when you blend over it with those other shades. Like, I don't like that. I don't like when shades do that. I want to be able to see what I'm blending. I don't want them to all just blend and like muddy together. Okay, I think that's pretty good. I like that, I'm happy. Some fallout, just because I was really packing that color on, so I'm just brushing it off. But overall, I think not bad. It's a little, it's not as intense, it's not as pigmented as I necessarily want, but I like it. It's working better. Okay, now I'm trying to decide what I want to do all over the lid. There are 3 shimmers that I'm really interested in, Pure Love, Giving, and Passion, which I need to decide which one I want to put all over the lid. So this is Pure Love, which is like a purpley, ooh, that's kind of iridescent purple. Then we got Giving, which is pink, and Passion, which is a darker purple. That's kind of a darker, like purpley maroon. So again, Pure Love, Giving, and Passion. So I think I'm gonna go with Giving. Maybe a little bit of this just tapped right in the middle, the pink Giving shade, but yeah, Pure Love. Pure Love all the way, that's really gorgeous. Okay, so I'm just gonna take my finger and tap into Pure Love. Oh, that is pretty. That is very pretty, I like that. I think the shimmers are where it's at with Natasha Denona, but like, to be honest, her shadow's pretty expensive, and a lot of brands can do good shimmers. Like, that's not what makes things really exceptional, in my opinion. Like, shimmers are nice. I love a good shimmer shade, but I don't know, they're not as exciting for me. Like a really fantastic matte. That's what I love. That's what I want to be my Valentine. I want a good matte shade to be my Valentine this year. It's nice. And now I'm going to take another clean finger, just tap a little bit of this Giving shade on, just to like lighten this up, give it a little extra dimension, kind of keep it in the center. Now I'm going back into the Trust shade, that dark purple matte, and I think I'm going to take a little bit of Heart, the red shade. I'm mixing these two together and tapping this onto the outer corner. Okay, cool, I like that. Let me grab a wet wipe and clean up this fallout, because there's quite a bit at this point. Sorry. Okay, so this is what I've got going on. I'm still a little on the fence about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the other eye and do my eyebrows, and then I will be back to keep going with this makeup look. So I'll see ya in a second. Okay, so I just primed my face. I used my Mercier Hydrating Primer and my Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. I'm now going to go in with some foundation. I'm going to use my Dior Face and Body. Okay, so foundation done, concealer done. I'm now going to use a little bit of cream contour. These are the KKW contour sticks. I'm just going to use a little bit. This is the dark shade, the darkest one. So this, ooh, that's a lot. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend it out using my Blendiful. I've been using the Blendiful for a while, and it's okay. I like it well enough. You know, I think it doesn't really, I don't notice that much of a difference with the Blendiful and with just like a regular beauty blender, except when it comes to cream products. Like this is where I really, really like it. I think it does do a super nice job with cream products. And since there is a cream blush in this guy, I thought, well, this is the perfect opportunity to keep using it and see how it goes. Right, that looks pretty well blended. Except on the forehead, needs a little more work up here.
No, my chin contour is not blended. I also never go back and fix it.
Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set my face. I've got my Patrick Starrr and MAC powder. Okay, let's go ahead and finish up the eyes. I had a lot better luck with this eye than I did trying to do this one. It's just like, I don't know what the deal was. It blended better. Maybe it is like such a big learning curve to figure out how Natasha Denona shadows actually work. And now after doing 2 days worth of eyeshadows with them, I'm finally getting better. I don't know. I still feel like for that much, shadows should work and they should work well, but that's just me. Okay, I'm gonna go into Intense and run this underneath the lower lash line. And now I'm going to take a flat definer brush. Where is it? I had it. I just had it. There it is. Okay, here we go. Flat definer brush. I'm going to go into a little bit of Heartbeat, which is this darker kind of maroon shade, and then also this purple shade that I was using before. That's called Trust. I want this look to be a little bit lighter, but I am going to smoke it out just a little bit because, you know, I feel like, I don't know, at least for my eye shape, I really feel like I need just a little bit of definition. Some people can pull off just like a very light wash color. I'm not that person. Okay, I'm going back in with that original brush, not putting any more product on it, and just dragging it under the lash line. It's still patchy. Like, this purple is still super patchy on both sides. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. Okay, now I'm going to take a really small little pointed brush, and I'm going to go into... go transparent under the brow bone and giving on the inner corner. I'm gonna go pink on the inner corner because, you know, why not? You know what, I'm gonna go in a little bit of transparent on the inner corner as well. Just a little bit. It needs a little something extra. Just to brighten. Like, I like the pink color, but it just needs a little more lightness, I think. Mascara, and I'm gonna brush away the bake. Then I'll be back to do the fun stuff and play with this palette. I'm really excited for, oh, should I have done the cream blush before powder? Well, we'll never know because I didn't do it. So I'm gonna do those things and be back to play with this. Whew, that's a right under eye. Oh my goodness, okay, wow. Also, remember what I said about keeping it a light eye? That didn't happen. That never happens. And oh, here I go. I can't stop myself. I can't. Okay. Ooh, wow, that's a lot. Okay, now I'm gonna do my favorite little fun trick. I'm going to use some of the Jaclyn powders, and I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a light bronze with the darkest of the shades. This I'm just gonna run along the outside, like around the edge of my face and in my contour. I really have been enjoying these powders. These have been kind of, I don't know, I've really been enjoying these powders a lot. Ever since I got them, I really like them. I'm gonna take Brilliant, which is the next darkest shade. It's this guy. And just very lightly dust this over the rest of my face. I'm trying to decide, should I bronze a little bit? Just a little? Just, I think I can't stop myself. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's happening. I can't help it. I'm taking my Hoola Caramel. Hoola took you long enough to actually come up with a darker shade caramel bronzer. This I am going on so lightly. Like I want this to be kind of bronzy, but I also really want just to be like mostly, I want it to be blush heavy, but I think I need bronzer to kind of balance that out a little bit. You know, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay.
Still not blended.
Now we get to play with this guy. So this is the Love Glow Cheek Palette. Now this retails for $50, I think. Let me look it up. 55. Oops, sorry. So this retails for $55 and you get 4 gorgeous cheek shades in here. Oh my goodness, look how pretty. Look how pretty these are. The Cheek Glow palette is an easy to use pro level blush and highlighting palette. The lightweight but hydrating creams and powders allow you to achieve the ultimate in a luminous luxury. One stroke highlighting with a brilliant shimmering formula. The light infused creamy formula creates a shimmering wave of illumination for a healthy, radiant look. There's really only one pure cream, it's this guy. The Glow Cream Base is like the one cream in this palette. The Super Glow is like a very emollient, creamy kind of highlighter. They say you can use this on this eye. Should I put a little on my eyes? You know what, why not? I forgot to take the plastic off of this, so let's just tap a little bit on. Ooh, that's pretty. It's pretty. A little bit chunky, but pretty. Oops, let me clean it up. That's pretty. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to use my Blendiful. And I'm going to use the Glow Cream Powder. And I'm just going to go directly in with the Blendiful. Pick it up on here and then pat it on. It's a lot of color that's coming off, and I'm not seeing a ton of pigmentation on my actual face. Oh, there's a little bit. It's thankfully not lifting up any of the powder or foundation that I already have on my face, which is nice. It's not blending as like easily as I would have thought, to be honest. Yeah, the pigmentation's not really, it's not great. It's not great. I'm having a little bit of difficulty blending it, even with the Blendiful, which I think works well for cream products. Does that look better? It's fine. It's just not as much blush as I was wanting or expecting from a like blush glowy palette. But let's start playing with some of the highlighters. I think I'm going to use this one as like a blush topper and a highlight topper, but I'm going to use this. It's a nice like little glitter. If you like a glittery moment, you'll like this. Otherwise, it's not a ton of pigmentation, not a ton of color. It's really coming off. Okay, let's move on to the highlighters. I'm going to do this one first and then go into this one. I like pink highlighters. I think they're pretty. This actually kind of really reminds me of the NARS highlighter from Lunar Beauty, although I think this one's a little more pink. But it feels like a similar kind of formula. And I'm getting, you know, just not overly pink, to be honest. It's just a nice little touch of pink. I'm going to take the Glow Impact powder and put this on top just to layer the highlights. Ooh, I like that. I like that the best. Like, that's really pretty. Look at that. Ooh. Yes. Now we're talking. Now you're talking my language. That's the Natasha Denona Love Glow Cheek Palette. It's pretty. It's pretty. I want to do a little something extra because it's Valentine's Day, and if you can't go heavy with the blush on Valentine's Day, when can you? So I'm going to actually take this. This is the Jouer. What's it called? Oh, Bouquet blush palette. And I'm going to take this very bright pink here, and I'm going to do a little bit of blush draping. So I'm going to take this on the bridge of my nose. And then I'm actually going to kind of just go under the eyes like this and connect it. And then I'm going to go kind of heavy on my temples right here to kind of connect that into the eyeshadow that I have going on. Kind of go over the highlighter. And then on the temples as well. Yeah, that's a bit much, which I was anticipating that I would go a little heavy. So I'm just going to take a clean brush that I'd used, and if it's really too heavy, you can take some more of your like cream powder, and I'm just going to put this under the eyes just to tone it down a little bit, and then also on the forehead. Like, I still want it to look very, very pink, very blushy, but just tone down ever so slightly. So there we go. All right. Last but not least, we're going to do some lips. I am taking this guy from Pat McGrath. This is the shade Beautiful Stranger. Then I'm going to take the Dominique Cosmetics lip gloss. This is Strawberry Lemonade. So I'm going to take these. I think I just want to go pink. I just want pink, 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 pink for Valentine's Day. This is my final look using 2 items from the Natasha Denona Love Story collection. You know, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of either of these, to be honest, I like them. I think they're overpriced, but I think they are good. Mediocre. They're okay. They're good. They're all right, but definitely not great for how expensive they are. I'm glad they're not like Natasha Denona's normal prices, like the palette. I'm glad that this is like one of the mini palettes, because I'd be really not happy. In general, I think this is pretty. I love the color story. I like the eyeshadow look I came up with. I think the pinks and the reds are definitely better than that purple. I'm still just not pleased with the way that purple is looking patchy. I'm not pleased about that. But in general, I enjoy this look. This is my Valentine's Day look. I really wish I had Valentine's Day planned. So anyways, I hope your day is fantastic, that you have a wonderful day filled with lots and lots of love. You know, I think Valentine's Day is great, and it's wonderful to have a day to remind us to take a moment and let the people that are closest to us, let them know that we care about them and that we love them. But I think we should make that a practice every day, to let someone know that you care about them and that they are important to you. I want to let you know that you are important to me. I care about you, and I hope your day is so fantastic, filled with lots and lots of love. And, you know, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.